Hello, I'm Joe, aka Mr. Fragrance, and today I'm talking about the worst Hugo Boss fragrance. Welcome back. So a while ago I mentioned this fragrance in a haul I'd done. This is Hugo Boss Bottled Night, and it's a lovely looking bottle. I mean, despite the fact that it's a tester, it did come capless actually, but it is a lovely looking bottle. I absolutely love the blue gradient of it. But the comments of that video were really pretty awful. I said the first impressions was not too bad. I don't think I was blown away by anything, but the comments were awful of in response to this fragrance, saying that they really disliked it and that they thought it was quite a boring fragrance. So I'm kind of here to clarify that and say what I really do think about this fragrance, or whether or not it is the worst Boss bottled in the Boss Bottled line. So this is a Eau de Toilette concentration, and it came out in 2010. It was described as being a kind of woody, oriental, spicy fragrance, and it was marketed to being a nighttime fragrance. But from wearing it and kind of getting to know it, it is far from being a nighttime fragrance. This fragrance is absolutely the complete opposite of what in your head you picture a nighttime fragrance being. It is completely fresh. It is really quite a kind of, alcohol heavy fragrance, at least in the top, and it is so far from being a nighttime fragrance. Anyhow, I've talked about the presentation. Here it is. This fragrance has notes of birch leaf and lavender in the top, cardamom, jasmine and African violet in the mid, and salmwood, musky notes and sandalwood in the base. I want to start off briefly just from looking at a couple of reviews that I've seen online of what other people say. It's looking at an average out of 10 stars. I mean, just from what I'm seeing, if I'm looking at Fragrantica, it's looking at an average of about 4 stars out of 10. And then if you go into Profumo, you're looking at 5, 6 stars out of 10. Really pretty poor. People are immediately saying this is completely not what it was marketed towards being, and that they really just don't like it. So I'm going to spray it on a little card and give you again just kind of what I think it smells like. I've already kind of done a lot of research on this, but it's always best to give your impressions whilst you're smelling it, just so you can kind of pick out things that you maybe don't remember in your head. So I'm going to give this a spray, and as I do so, we'll just have a look at this atomizer. Pretty good. Not amazing, but not bad. Yeah, not amazing, but not bad. Not bad. So we'll let that kind of evaporate a little bit, because it's quite an alcohol heavy fragrance, really is. There's an aftershave version of this actually as well, and it's kind of funny to think that what the hell is that going to smell like if this aftershave, if this Eau de Toilette is really, really alcohol heavy. So yeah, it's almost lemony at the top, and it's very much a kind of detergent-like fragrance. And all the time, actually, I say this a lot. I talk about how I dislike it when people say they don't like a fragrance because it smells detergent-like, or it's because it's got a detergent-like note in it. Now, that is, completely fair enough if that's your opinion and you don't like detergent fragrances, but this is very different to something that has a touch of detergent smelling in it. This smells like it could be a detergent, as in this smells like that's all you're spraying on you. This smells really, it smells so unnatural. It smells really, really kind of chemically and sharp, and so it doesn't smell like something you'd spray on your skin to want to smell like. Initially, it's not very nice. I have been wearing it briefly every now and then in order to exercise. It's kind of got that zinginess, this almost lemon-like opening, but it's nothing that smells at all like genuine lemon. Nothing that actually has that lovely sherbety, like tang to it. It's just it's an unusual one, because you can't really pick anything else from it. And this is what I've kind of discovered with this fragrance, is it's really hard to actually pick notes out from this fragrance. It's very, it's not smooth. Generally, if you can't pick a particular note out of a fragrance, it's quite often a good thing, because it's smooth and it's well done, it's well put together, and it's blended well. This, I'm not sure. It's almost like they've used, what it feels like, it smells very cheap. It smells very, very cheap. And to be honest, it is the cheapest of the line, but it does smell very, very cheap. And it's unlike a company like Hugo Boss. So, this line is an iconic line. So many of these fragrances in this Boss Bottled line are brilliant. They're incredible. This is really lacking. I should clarify that I did check the date on this. This is actually produced and came out of production about 8 months ago. So it was made very, very recently. It's not like it's an old fragrance. I mean, the actual fragrance itself might be, but this particular bottle is not old. This was produced fairly recently. It has this weird kind of unidentifiable note in it. That's kind of off-putting, but that would be fine if it smelled nice. It's lackluster. It's a really meh fragrance. You know, there's nothing about it that's exciting. There's nothing about it that's nice. Nothing. I don't spray it and go, ah. You know, you do that with a good fragrance. You smell it and you're pleased and you're satisfied. You love it and you want to wear it. This is really disappointing, and it was a huge disappointment to me. It was a complete blind buy. It was so cheap. I was fine with that. It's a disappointment though. It's still 25 quid that's gone down the drain that I could have spent on probably a better Boss bottle with an extra few pounds. It's a disappointment. I would truly not recommend getting this. And if you're interested, you can give me a DM and ask me any particular questions you have. You can ask me on Instagram, or you can leave a comment down below and I'll let you know. Now, of course, when we talk about, I'd like to add one more thing, and I like to clarify what I say, and generally I'm going to do that because earlier I said it smells chemically. Now, of course, we have so many aroma chemicals. Chemically is a term that really, it's not a great term to really use when you're describing fragrances, because that could mean so many different things. But it smells like the kind of chemicals, say, go along the line of bleach, along the line of like cleaning products that are, you know, they smell dangerous. They smell of things that you wouldn't ever pour on your skin. And that's kind of what it smells like. It doesn't smell, it smells like it's there to kill a lot of bacteria. And it almost smells a little bit like hand sanitizer that hasn't been, you know, had things in it that make it smell nice. So there's not much to say other than it smells very much like something you'd find in an old Adidas bottle, say an Adidas like Sport or something like that you could pick up for like 3 for 4 quid from Sports Direct or something like that. You know, it doesn't smell great. It smells very cheap and it smells quite chemically, and that's how I'm going to describe it. Really, it smells like a dangerous cleaning product, along the lines of something like bleach. Yeah, I really don't recommend it. I really don't. If you're going to get it, pour the juice out and keep the bottle. That's what I'm gonna do. But don't pour it, no. Just keep it and keep the bottle, but there's nothing about this juice that I am ever going to wear out of or searching to wear something like this. It's hugely disappointing. In fact, I really feel so disappointed in this. I really was excited about it. They could have done so much with this. What were they thinking, making a fresh nighttime fragrance? Anyway, thank you for watching. This is a kind of a rant video in a way. I don't really do these very often, but in fact, this is my first one, I think. I guess I did something along the lines of when they discontinued Boss Bottled and Intense Eau de Parfum. Still more to hear on that. I mean, they did say in an email that it was discontinued, but you can still pick it up for quite cheap from the stores. They appear to still be producing it. I don't really know what's going on there. I mean, there was a clear email from COTY saying that they're discontinuing it. We'll see what happens with that, but yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Mr. Fragrance. Bye for now.